But I want to get you hitting your driver better today. Simple drill, which is going to deal with your hip starting the downswing, how you should start the downswing to improve your drivers. Simple drill, simple ideas, and it's going to help people who want to thrust their hips forward or even kind of drop the club back and flip. And it might make you think about your downswing in a slightly different way. Remember to like the video if you find the information helpful, and consider subscribing. 3 videos like this coming every week. Right, the hip bump. Think about the downswing. Golfers wanting to bump their hips forwards, drive their hips forwards. This move needs to stop. This move's doing you no good, where people try and get those hips running out from underneath them. Gives them some really poor tilts in their hips. This can drop the club very inside, which requires the big flip. Or the version that you see more often is where people drive, so they drive forwards and this way with the pelvis, which then throws that club out. Then we start needing these kind of adjustments into impact. What's really interesting when we look at better players is we see a hip bump, we see them move their hips up to kind of 4 inches forwards on the downswing, so towards the target from where they've begun. So wherever they've begun, impact, they're up to 4 inches more towards target. So there's a bump in there, but there's also a bit of a crunch. So we want bump and we want crunch. What we don't want, big tilts or tilts and thrusts. They're not helping. So let's get some crunch going on. I want you to go to the top of your backswing and stop. Feel on the downswing. I want you to feel like this angle, so between your upper thigh and your tummy, is crunching as you try to drive forward. So almost like you're trying to increase this angle as you start the downswing. So you're going to try and actually feel like you bend down into that lead leg as you crunch. So this goes, there's a shift, but there's also a crunch, and it's that crunch that's going to allow you to really build up that pressure in the lead knee, lead ankle, lead foot, to then get you springing out and into the ball. Well, I don't want you to crunch and try and hit, because that's not going to work. The idea of the crunch, so the bending down through this thigh, is to load it up to get out. And what we see from so many golfers is they just want to get out of this angle straight away, almost straighten it up. Again, thrusting, moving that out. Now what I like to do with students to really try and give them the feeling of this, and you'll see tour players doing this a lot, you'll see them doing it on the range, is a bit of a crazy move, so an over-exaggeration of a move. So I want you to feel as you start your downswing, so as you get to the top and your backswing as you're finishing, as you start to pull down, really feel like you move your lead shoulder down, across and towards your lead knee. So you're trying to bring your knee and your shoulder almost together. So an example, that would be like crazy close. If I am tilting the other way, see how this to this is stretching out. I want you on the start of the downswing to feel like your knee and your lead shoulder are actually closing the gap a little bit as you start, because then we want to extend that gap out as you hit the ball. And in the practice swing, if you can really feel like you crunch it down a lot, you will be shocked at how quick you get up and out, what it does to your club path, strike, and in turn distance, because it's going to get you really getting up through that lead foot. So this is how I would make it work on the course. I'm going to have a little demo. I would do it a little bit back behind, but for the camera I'm going to do some crunches. People think you've gone crazy. What's he doing? That looks really odd, they'll be saying. But then what will happen is you'll work that feeling, that crunch, lead shoulder to lead knee, close that gap into your shots. You'll hit drives like that. Oh yes. And they will be saying, maybe I should give that crunch a go, rather than thinking, what is he doing? Crunch that downswing, then get out. It will transform the way you hit the driver. If you like the information in this video, it helps your golf swing, remember to subscribe. It's free, weekly tips. Also this video, if you want to find out how far you should hit your 7-iron, lots of people are getting involved with this one.